Yo, peeps, what's going on? So, there's a few bits we need to talk about. We've had recent news around Tom Aspinall. We've got the state of the heavyweight division to talk about. Things right now are just not going good. It's just an absolute shambles. The heavyweight division is in the worst state it's ever been. Complete and utter trash. So, Tom Aspinall, I believe he's had eye surgery. He's still having problems. He's got a black spot in one of his eyes. He has no peripheral vision. Unfortunately, sad to say, but things are a mess for him right now. He needs to get that sorted out. So he can't defend. And now we've got the condition of the heavyweight division because things have to move on. The UFC, they're trying to make this White House card. They've got shows to fill with the new deal they got with Paramount. The cogs need to keep moving. But we need to look at this because this is hindering a lot of things right now. So, Tom Aspinall. Unconfirmed rumors of UFC heavyweight champion Tom Aspinall's release from the company have divided the MMA community. So right now it's just rumors. Nothing is confirmed. It's just speculation behind the scenes and whatnot. I believe it was Josh Thompson. He came out, put a video out and said this. So
the reports are out that UFC asked Tom Aspinall to vacate the title until he was ready to go. He said he'd be willing to vacate the title as long as they released him. Now, that opens the door so he can go ahead and box. This is a really weird situation. The heavyweight division is just a total shit show right now. And it's been a shit show since the John Jones coming in, not wanting to fight, the interim champion, which was Tom Aspinall at the time, and then fighting Stipe. No disrespect to Stipe, but it was just, John had something in mind, and the UFC didn't squash that. They allowed that fight to happen, and it just led into this thing where the heavyweight division's been on hold since the John Jones debacle, I guess you would call it. Bottom line is, Jailton Almeida is gone. Okay, they just released him. Tom Aspinall, if he is gone, John Jones doesn't seem like he's coming back, especially not to the heavyweight division. The reports are out.
Now, I can't lie. He gave us pretty much all the spill. So look, Tom Aspinall's out. They need to move on with the division. But who you got? Really and truly, who you got? Pereira's talking about moving up. He could move up. Great. Who's he gonna fight? Gane? Maybe Jones. Jones is talking about hip surgery, pelvis, and all these kind of things. I don't know what Jones on. Jones doesn't really want to commit to fighting consistently. He seems like he just wants to dip in and out. So forget about Jones. You maybe got Pereira and Gane for a one big spectacle of a fight. After that, Tom Aspinall's not around. We don't know when he's back. We've got no clarity on that. So, okay, I can understand the UFC saying, yeah, we need your belt back. Because we don't know when you're back. Understandably. Now, Tom Aspinall, apparently, this is still rumors, don't know, not confirmed, has said, yeah, you can have the belt back, providing you release me from my contract. Release me from my contract. Mad. So you can just go and box when you are better. Mad. So this is the state we're in right now. I'm guessing he feels bad in terms of how the relationship with the UFC has gone since his whole injury. And he's feeling some type of way to the point where he feels, you know what? I'm happy to move on. Which is kind of crazy. Which is mad and not a good look for the division. You got Jailton Almeida as well. Josh Thompson mentioned it. We can quickly just talk about it because I think he had no business moving up. He wanted to move up. He thought he had an advantage. He thought like he wasn't willing to take any risk. He was so risk averse that he would get into advantageous positions and not do nothing with it. So I understand why they cut him. Should they have cut him? Based on performances, yes, they should have cut him. Or they should have told him to realistically go back down to light heavyweight. But it is what it is. He's out of the picture. Tom Aspinall now, with no date in sight, I understand. I can understand why they're telling him, yo, we need your belt back. I get it. But even so, with the belt back, what do? There's no one in the heavyweight division. Heavyweight is a shambles. It's absolute shit. And taking into consideration what this division used to be, the iconic fights you've had in history from the heavyweight division in the UFC. Now, people are talking about you should cut it. Cut the division. And I was of the opinion, you can't cut this division. It's the heavy. You don't have a heavyweight division. Baddest man on the planet. One of the most iconic divisions in the UFC. You can't cut it. I'm sorry. I can't. And I understand cutting it right now because it is actually shit. It is so bad. Let's quickly just look at the UFC rankings because it is so bad. All right. Look here. Aspinall, not around no more. Cyril Gane, he's about. Okay, cool. Volkov, all right, cool. Pavlovich, cool. Blades, cool. Acosta. Yeah, there's no this Kuniev. I thought he got cut. Didn't he get cut? I believe he got cut. Anyway, Spivak, Almeida, cut. Dilaja, Tybora, Lewis, Teixeira, Gaziev, Walker's looking decent. Walker, and Mick Parkin, cool. But still, there's nothing there to be excited about. There's nothing there. It's a bad division, man, and no direction. The division has no direction right now. They need someone who can go on a run with that belt. And even if you go on a run with the belt, because I'm gonna say it. Who are you beating in this division to make you look good? Right now, who? Yeah, you can, because people like to get onto Israel and say Israel, when he was on his run, the division was a shit show as well. So who really makes you stand out and makes your resume look like a well put together resume? Because you can even say that about Tom. I'll be honest, like, he's beaten the best that he can beat, but the division is a shit show. We need direction. They need to sign people, and it's the problem. We're gonna get into the bigger picture now. The problem is nobody wants to do heavyweight fighting for minimal fee. Let's be honest, because everybody who's of that size, they go in NHL and they go NHL, they go NBA, they go NFL, they're going, you know what I'm saying? They're going to these sports where they're gonna get paid the big bucks. Like, you don't want to go MMA and you're on 20 and 20. What? Like, you could be. It doesn't make sense. You don't want to risk. Like, this is one of the most difficult sports to train. One of the most difficult sports to perform. Injuries are day in, day out in MMA. You're gonna get injuries. Hard to avoid them. And you're gonna get paid 20 and 20. 20 and 20. You might as well just get a 9 to 5. I'll be honest with you. And yeah, cool. You can make big money when you get to the higher in the rankings, yeah, cool. Even if you're ranked, you'll make decent money. But when you compare it to if I was in NFL, NBA, NHL, doing all these other things, boxing, why are you picking MMA? It makes no sense. The only way I feel they're gonna dig themselves out of this hole is to pay people more money. I'll be honest. How are they gonna do it? How are you gonna do it? I'd like to know your opinions, guys. In the comments below, let me know your opinion on the state of the heavyweight division. How the UFC can go around to get a better roster. Because look, they've even skipped out on people like what's in the Rico Van Hoven. I heard there was rumors of him potentially going UFC. Probably didn't pay him what he wanted. They could bring Francis back. They're not gonna do it out of ego. Like there's a lot they could do, but if you're not paying people proper money, they're not gonna do it. They're not gonna do it. But guys, I want to know your opinions. Like I just said, state of the heavyweight division, the whole Tom Aspinall situation, him with the belt. Should he just give back the belt? Him potentially saying, "I want to basically cancel my contract." It's not just me who feels like the UFC ain't the same right now. It can't be. But I want to know your opinions. Comment down below, guys. I'm out.